Parents, what's your I looked away for 1 second story? I was babysitting my sister's kids, 8-year-old Tyler and 5-year-old Mason, when I witnessed the most perfectly coordinated attack I've ever seen. These two angelic-looking boys executed a plan so flawless that Navy SEALs would have been impressed. The security camera footage is now legendary in our family group chat. My sister and her husband rarely get date nights, so I volunteered to watch the boys. They're angels, she assured me as she applied her lipstick. Tyler's into baseball right now, and Mason just follows whatever his brother does. There's pizza money on the counter. For the first 2 hours, they were exactly as advertised. Polite, well-behaved kids playing Nintendo Switch and occasionally asking if they could have another juice box. I was scrolling through my phone, thinking this was the easiest $50 I'd ever made. Then Tyler asked if they could practice baseball in the backyard. I helped him set up his little tee, gave Mason a plastic bat to play with, and sat on the patio with my soda, feeling like Uncle of the Year. That's when Tyler picked up his foam-covered baseball bat. "Watch how far I can hit it, Uncle Mike," he called, his innocent face betraying nothing of what was about to happen. I looked up from my phone, expecting to see him swing at the ball on the tee. Instead, with perfect form that would make MLB scouts take notice, he swung the bat directly at the back of his little brother's knees. Despite the foam covering, that bat had a solid wooden core, and the crack was so loud that birds flew from nearby trees. Mason went down like a felled tree, but instead of crying, this tiny sociopath executed his part of the plan flawlessly. As I jumped up to check on him, he looked at me with huge, tear-filled eyes and said, "I think I need medicine." "Medicine?" I asked, confused and panicked, already imagining the emergency room visit and my sister's face when I explained how I let her youngest get kneecapped. "The special medicine in the fridge that Daddy drinks when he hurts himself," Mason whimpered, a single, perfect tear rolling down his cheek. Before I could process what was happening, Tyler had sprinted into the house like Usain Bolt. By the time I carried Mason inside, Tyler was standing on the kitchen counter, my sister's expensive bottle of Macallan Scotch in hand, pouring a generous amount into his brother's favorite Spider-Man sippy cup. I lunged across the kitchen, knocking over a chair in the process. But I was too late. Mason had already chugged half the sippy cup of straight scotch before I could grab it from his tiny hands. What followed was pure chaos. Mason went from injured victim to tiny drunk in approximately 45 seconds. He started spinning in circles, telling me he could see music, while Tyler tried to convince me with complete seriousness that this is what Dad always does when he gets hurt. I called my sister in a panic, my voice cracking. "Your children are criminal masterminds. One of them is drunk, and the other one should be studied by military strategists." She didn't believe me until I FaceTimed her to show Mason attempting to ride the family dog while singing the Paw Patrol theme song at top volume. Tyler, meanwhile, was calmly eating ice cream straight from the container, having successfully created enough distraction to access the forbidden freezer treats. The ER doctor couldn't stop laughing as I explained what happened, though he assured us Mason would be fine. My sister was mortified, her face buried in her hands. Her husband, however, had to leave the hospital room because he couldn't stop laughing. I'm no longer allowed to babysit unsupervised, and my sister's husband had to find a new hiding spot for his special medicine.